Sir, did you just snatch up? Did you just snatch up your sister and say, bring your ass on here, girl? Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Embracing My Melanin. I'm Rochelle, and in today's video, y'all, yes, we are here back for the season finale of House of the Dragon, okay? The title of this episode was The Queen Whoever Was, okay? And I like the change on that title, okay? Instead of The Queen Who Never Was, The Queen Whoever Was. Queen Rhaenyra, okay? We always team black over here. Team black, okay? All right. But let's go into some quick hot takes for this episode, okay? First and foremost, okay. That aloe vera, like I said for the past couple episodes, the aloe vera working really, really good on Aegon, okay? His face, where it looked bad. His baddie, which is bad, is healing really, really good with that Westerosi aloe vera, like I done said, okay? But Larys has told him, listen, yo, like, we gotta go. Because your brother, he's gonna unalive you. He's gonna unalive you because, just wanna let you know, Rhaenyra got more dragon riders and now she got 6. Okay, so... And he was like, that's not possible. Aegon was like, that's not possible. But Larys was like, probably didn't think it was, but she has riders for her dragons. You know, so we got to get you out of here. Aemon about to unalive you. So we got to go. And Aegon, then he was like, my he says, my cock is missing. It blew up. He fell from dream. That's not nice. Wait a minute, hold on. He says basically like, I can't walk. I could barely hold myself. He was like, I don't have a cock anymore. He says when I pee, it runs down my leg. It blew up and it got tore off of me when I fell from the sky. Like, and now here it is. You want me to run? Why should I run? And he was like, you need to run and Larys. Okay, sneaky Larys, but Larys got some common sense in him. Larys is like, you're going to have to live another day because your brother is regent. And if he wants to unalive you, because your life is in danger, if he wants to unalive you, he's going to unalive you. So we got to go. So by the end of the episode, you see Larys sneaking Aegon in like a cart. And Aegon looks like he's barely hanging on to life at that point. It's like he's alive, but he ain't feeling it no more. He can't even do what he really, really enjoyed, which was go around essaying women. And sometimes not even essaying them. Sometimes just going around, getting some nookie and some snooky. But not from his wife. He done with that. He said, hey, I done produced some heirs. I'm done. I don't want to do that no more with my wife. And now, technically, he can't do it no more with his wife. Oh, well, okay. Next up, small take. Rhaenyra's in the Vale. Rhaenyra did a Hail Mary when she went off looking for that dragon, okay? She did a Hail Mary. That girl didn't go out there with no rations. With no wine, with no bread, cheese, with no beef jerky, nothing. She stumbles upon a brook of water and she starts just getting that water in her because she's just exhausted and dehydrated and tired. And she's been out there looking for this dragon. She's sleeping in the cold. She doesn't have proper utensils or proper equipment for her to survive out there. But she's like, I'm going to get this dragon. So she finally runs up on the dragon. Well, the dragon sees her. She sees the dragon and fades to black. We still don't know if she's a dragon rider just yet. So there was a lot of hold off until next season going on. I like Rhaenyra's development. She's pretty quiet side character. But you could tell she's always just wanted to be more. And that's even when we saw her when she was little in season 1, where she's always wanted a dragon. She's always wanted to be a dragon rider like her mother, like her father. But so far, like, you know, she's determined. Even with her last attempt, they said that she almost lost her life in her last attempt. Well, she's determined to be a dragon rider. So I say go out there and go and get yours, girl. I hope next season we see that she's riding that dragon. Okay. Bayla is the person of common sense when it comes to Jace and his pouting. You know, she was like, well, why are you up here pouting? Like if you don't get your business up, like, come on, like, let's go. You got to prove yourself. You have got to prove yourself to your mother. Like, you know, she doesn't, and I think he's not getting that his mom just doesn't want to lose another child. And I don't think anybody's really like getting that Rhaenyra lost so much in the span of hours and days, and nobody's getting that. No one's even friggin' paying attention to that. But she's the only one that's like telling Jace, like, you know, like, listen, you gotta man up. Like, stop being a little punk. Like, come on, you know. So Bayla's still Team Black, and she's showing her worth, and she's showing that she know how to get down, right? She know how to get busy, okay? So I'm liking them, and I really want to see what happens with them over the next few seasons, okay? Next up, Jace. I'm tired of Jace and his pouting, okay? Now, I understand why he would have an attitude in this episode because of the new Dragon Riders, well, more specifically, one of the Dragon Riders that are getting on his nerve. That Dragon Rider got on my nerves. We'll talk about that in a second. But stop whining. Like, dude, like, prove to your mama that you ready for this, that you right for this, but also taking the fact that you did lose your brother to this thing, and this ain't no game. This ain't nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna choose you first because she's realizing that she's gonna have to put herself on the front line herself, and she's gonna need to get some things done since her counsel is always against her. So stop whining, stop bitching, and come on. Dang, ugh, I do not like Jace. I do not like Jace. He too whiny for me. You ain't got no man. You from break bones. You are strong. You part break bones. Okay, Damon ain't taught you nothing. You been with Damon for some years now. Damon ain't taught you nothing. But I digress. All right, next up, let's go over to the new Dragon Riders, okay? So we didn't see that much of Adam, really and truly, not that much of Adam. Like, he really didn't say that much, but Hugh and Ulf, okay? Ulf, oh my God, Ulf got on my nerves. Ulf up inside there acting like he the king of the castle. Oh, they wouldn't deny me some rest. I'm a dragon rider now. Like, dude, you are a goofball. You are a goofball. You didn't even want to go and claim the dragon. It took your friends convincing you to go and claim the dragon. And now you acting like you big and bad and you all this and that. Oh, give me 2 more of those little birds. Give 2 more little birds. Give me some more wine. Give me some. It's like, I understand that y'all was starving in King's Landing. I understand y'all was real hungry in King's Landing. However, you ain't got to be this goofy. You ain't got to be this arrogant. Sitting at the table where the queen and the other highborn sit, and you up there putting your feet on the table like, yeah, and I'm a dragon, right? Like, dude, stop. You still got to deal with Vhagar. You still got to deal with Vhagar. I hope Vhagar make you a crispy chicken nugget, extra crispy. A chicken nugget, extra crispy. Can't stand you. Okay. Hugh playing the cool. He's like, okay, whatever. They're at dinner with Rhaenyra, Jace, Bayla, and that sort of thing. Also, Adam's there, whatever. And Rhaenyra is like, Jace is sitting there just annoyed because Ulf is just being loud and trifling. And Rhaenyra's like, well, you know, you need to have some manners when you're sitting at the table with the queen, you know. And he's like, and she was like, when y'all win my war for me, like, you know, I'll make y'all my knights. And he was like, Well, until then, until you make me a knight, then I guess I'll still be how I am. In other words, we ain't won the war yet, lady. We still got to go out there and do what we need to do. But until you make me a knight, I guess I'm just going to act how I'm acting. Which is still trifling as hell, but I digress. Okay, we finally got eyes on Otto. He has been captured by whom we don't know, but Otto's still alive. Otto's still hanging in there, but we okay. All right, bet, bam, boom.
Forgive me if you guys hear anything in the background. They are doing the hedges outside and it is loud, and I'm going to try to be louder, okay? Of course they would do this when I am filming a video. This is when I wish I was living on the third floor instead of the second, but I digress.
Okay, so let's go on over to Tyland, okay? Tyland Lannister is over in Essos, if I'm not mistaken, trying to negotiate with the Triarchy to see if they can come and fight for Team Green, okay? Now, of course, y'all know with that council meeting how Alicent was very much so against it because they couldn't trust the Triarchy. And that's who, of course, Corlys and Daemon fought season 1 to get the Stepstones back, okay? But they need somebody to help with the blockade that's keeping the merchants and everybody from coming on over and giving food to King's Landing. Bam, bam, boom. Okay, so you got Tyland over here. He's negotiating with them. They want all the gold. Tyland's like, no. They want the Stepstones. Tyland's like, no. Then he says, you know what? Fine. Y'all can have the Stepstones. I'm probably going to lose my life because I'm promising y'all this, but at this point, I don't know what else to do. Then they say, hey, like, you know, we got one more thing. I'm sorry if y'all hear that. I'm so sorry. But they basically say, like, because I don't want to yell. So they say, like, hey, like, you know, one of our warriors, they're going to go over there with y'all. It's non-negotiable. Gotta go. So this girl is like, she comes on up inside there and she's like, I'm not going over there with nobody I can't beat. And Tyland was like, beat at what? Listen, you know, they in mud fighting and wrestling. You know, until finally Tyland got tired of getting beat up and he smacked the mess out of her. I'm sorry, not Tyland. Tywin, Tyrod, Tyrex, Ty or something. Like, he was everything but Tyland to that woman, right? To them, to the Triarchy, which was hilarious. So, so finally he gets a licking on her and he slaps her and kicks her. Oh my goodness, however calm him. They go back and, like, you know, and they done agreed or whatever, and she done took it on the chin. She was like, oh, okay, you got a good one on me. All right, let's go. And then all of a sudden she looks at him and she was like, you know what? I think we should have children together. And he's like, what? And she was like, yeah, I want you to fuck all of my wives. And he was like, how many wives you got? Like, wait, it's like, oh, I thought you thought that me and you can get busy. But, you know, you want me to get down with your wives? Fine, let's go. How many wives you got, girl? Chat. That was hilarious. So hilarious. But anyway, going over to Crispin Chicks and Kristen Cole. Let's go on over to Crispin Chicks and Gawain. So Crispin Chicks has this little handkerchief doily whatever thingy, and it has an A embroidered on the side corner for Alley Cat, right? All right. So he's sniffing it and, you know, getting the scent of it, smell of it, and he's just cleaning the sword and everything. And Gawain sees this, and Gawain, is his name Gawain or Wayne? I don't know. Gawain comes on over, and Gawain done took out his sword, and he's like, you know what? Oh, so you've been messing with my sister, so you've been messing with the queen. He was like, and he, I think Crispin Chicks, he's done. He's over this. He's like, we about to march You saw what we witnessed at Rook's Rest, right? He's like, you saw what we witnessed at Rook's Rest? Did you see that? Do you not know what we're up against? Like, yeah, like your sister, she wasn't the queen when I got with her, basically explaining she wasn't the queen when we got together. She's no longer queen. She wasn't queen when we got together. She saved my life twice. And she's been the light in my darkness for years now. Like, you don't realize how much she's helped me over the years. Excuse me. So, so yeah, like, my issues with women has been my burden for years. And Wayne was like, well, your other fellow kings, knights, kings, whatever they call them, or whatever, they seem to deal with it pretty fine. He was like, do they? Okay, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But you know what? We about to go off to war, and we know we're about to face. So, in the end, no, I kind of welcome death. This is what we're dealing with. We know what we're dealing with. We're walking into something that's not going to be good in the end. So it's the kind of peace that I want. The peace of death. I was like, Crispin Chicks is dark as I don't know what right now. But he's so, I think now he realized that he has what little bit of control that he had for just a little bit. Just for a little bit, with him trying to cover his butt with Allison, with him not being on guard when little baby Jaharis was unalived, when I mean all the stuff with Allison and all. I think right now he's just over it. He saw what happens when the dragons go to war, and he's just like, you know what? At this point, since the wars belong to the dragons, we're just the innocent bystanders right now. We're just the innocent bystanders, and we don't know what's going to happen. So if death is coming, okay. It's somewhat of a relief to me. That thing just blew my mind. Crispin Coles, he's over it. He's done. He's like, okay, I accept my fate. There we go. Let's go on over to Aemon. Aemon, you losing it, buddy. You are really, really, really losing it, dude. Because you couldn't battle with Rhaenyra, and you see that she got new dragon riders, you're upset. And what you killed a small folk and innocent. What was what the girl said? The madam said. When he admitted, I think it was maybe episode 2, when he admitted that he regretted that little thing with Luke. And he was like, I just lost my temper and I got upset. And the madam said it. She was like, well, yeah, that's what happens. Like, when you royals, when y'all get upset and y'all lose your temper, it's the small folk that suffer. It's the small folk that suffer when y'all get upset. And yet again, here it is, because you ran scared, Aemon. You ran scared and you got upset because you couldn't best your half sister and saw that she had extra dragon riders and stuff. Now she got more dragons on her team. What you do? You ran scared and you done set a fire to a little town or whatever. And yet again, more small folk have suffered because of your madness. Helena. Now, Helena is with her mama. Allison done got a new resolution on life. She done been out there glamping in the forest and swimming and being fancy free in the river or the lake or the ocean or whatever the heck she was. And she comes back and she asks Helena, she was like, would you like to leave here? Like, and Helena was like, where would I go? And before Alicent could answer the question, Eamon comes in and he's like, sister. And he was like, he looked at his mom and he was like, mother, Helena, I need you to get on your dragon and come with me. We need to go and fight, and we need to go do some things. And Helena automatically says, I don't want to. No, I'm not going. I'm not about to harm innocent people. I'm not about to harm these innocent people. They didn't do anything. And Aegon grabs Helena and is like, you know what? We all don't have stuff that we want to do, but you need to bring your behind on. Sir, did you just snatch up? Did you just snatch up your sister and say, bring your ass on here, girl? Sir, that is not for you to do. Thank goodness Alicent was there, because Alicent put her foot down and says, no, she don't want to do this. We're not going to do this like this. It's not going to happen like this. So no. Thank goodness Alicent was there, because she did stop. And here's the thing. I don't know, even if she wasn't there, I don't know if Helena would have stood up to him in that moment. I truly don't know. I would like to think that she would, but I don't know if he would have been able to get anything out of Helena, truthfully, because Helena is she doesn't like to ride her dragon. That's the one thing that someone said, I don't know who, someone said to Rhaenyra, and she was like, Helena doesn't like to ride Dreamfire. She doesn't like to ride dragons at all. That's not her. Like, and mind you, Dreamfire is one of the dragons, if I'm not mistaken, from Balerion the Black Dread, who was the biggest dragon, who was also Aegon the Conqueror's dragon. So this is one of the biggest dragons eggs himself, and Dreamfire is a really big dragon also too, from some of the fanfare that I saw that's been popping up on my timeline. It's like Dreamfire, Balerion, Vhagar, and Dreamfire were like the biggest 3 dragons, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But anyway. Okay, so we go on over to Helena and Aemon again. Aemon is trying to convince Helena to ride with him to Harrenhal. He was like, I know you don't mean any ill will, and you don't want to hurt anybody, but, our mother isn't a dragon rider. We share the same blood. We're dragon riders. Come with me to Harrenhal. Let's take out Daemon's army. And we'll answer outrage with outrage. Like, we come with me. We got to do this. And she was like, if I refuse, will you burn me like you did Aegon? And he was like, that's a lie. She was like, I saw it. I saw you do it. You burned him and you let him fall. And he was like, what you say is treason. Treason. And she just looked at him and she was like, Aegon will be king again. He will sit on a wooden throne. I think that's what she said. And he hasn't seen his victory yet. He hasn't seen his victory yet. And she's saying, you'll be dead. You got swallowed up by the God's eye and was never seen again. And then he tells her, he was like, I could have you killed. And she looks at him and she says, it wouldn't change a thing. And just walks away. Let me tell y'all something right now. I done said it since, I think, episode 1. The girl is an oracle. She sees things. She knows things. Why aren't y'all listening to this child? Why aren't y'all listening to this child? And the thing is, Aemon know it. Aemon knows it. She done told Aemon, just straight right here, you were swallowed up by the God's eye. If I'm not mistaken, the God's eye is it's a lake, it's a river, a lake. I think it's a lake. I could be wrong, but anyway, but it was like she's telling you your end, and you're not paying attention to her. You're not paying attention to her. If y'all don't listen to this child, she is telling y'all what's going to happen, but y'all, and when I tell you I'm just so frustrated, it's just annoying as I don't know what, but I digress. Oh, I almost forgot. How could I forget? Corliss and Alan. Alan tore Corliss' head up. So Corliss wants to change the name of his ship from Snake to the Queen Who Never Was. Love it. You're honoring your girl, okay? R.I.P. my Auntie Nisi. But he brings Alan to the side and is like, well, the men are kind of leery of you. You're quiet. You're not really interacting with them. That sort of thing. He was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll try to do better or whatever. But he was like, I'm trying to help you out. And he was like, help me. And he was like, Corliss was like, you're dismissed. And he was like, you know what? When you could have helped me, Alan ain't let go nothing. Alan was like, you could have helped me when I saw you walking down here through the streets when I was up at sunrise to sunset, like trying to sell fish so I could get some money so that I could help my family when winter came. That's when you could have helped me. But no, I had to sit here and watch you walk through with furs covering you when you was walking through with your hair and a fur coat and everything. But now here it is. You want to see me and acknowledge me when your heir has passed, your daughter before him, your second heir done left, and now here it is, all of a sudden you want to help me? You could have. Do you know what hunger does to a kid? Do you know what grief does to a kid? And now all of a sudden you want to help me? You know what? Keep your help. I will do my job because it is my job to do. But help, you can keep that to yourself, homie. In other words, Big Daddy Corliss, you're not Big Daddy Corliss no more, even though I'm still gonna call you Big Daddy Corliss sometimes, okay? It depends. Big Daddy Corliss, you a deadbeat daddy. You knew those boys was yours and you did not pay no attention to them. You didn't help them out none. When they was up here hungry and everything, you just passed right on by them. Oh, Corliss. Oh, Corliss. You trifling, Corliss. That was trifling. So I'm Team Alan on this one. I understand now why Adam was like, well, this could help us. This could help us, because he's like thinking like he was thinking on that realm. But now, Corliss, let me tell you something right now. Alan don't want your help. You just began acknowledging him. What, when he saved your life, when you lost your heir, when you did like, dude, like it's too late for that, boo. It's too late. It's just too late. So let's go on over to Damon. Damon got his army is working in his favor. They repairing Harrenhal and all that jazz. Now finally, Sir Alfred, that was on Rhaenyra's council. The one she was like, go to Harrenhal and tell Damon I want us to continue our conversation, our last conversation. Well, Alfred done flipped the script. Alfred was like, what we needed this time, we don't need a queen, we need a king. Alfred done flipped the script. See, Alfred was pretending that he was on Rhaenyra's side. And now he done flipped, and now he's saying that we need a king. We don't need Queen Rhaenyra. We need to take the throne from your wife. Alfred is a sneaky, scheming mother. But I digress. So Damon, he's working and doing what he need to do. All of a sudden, here come Alice Rivers. She's sitting on the side of Damon's bed. And he's like, don't you sleep? Like, don't witches sleep? Like, girl, which one? She was like, come with me to the tree. I forgot the name of the tree. Goes to the tree, and she was like, you need to see what you need to see, and just know it's truth or whatever, whatever she said. He goes and put his hands on the tree, and all of a sudden the tree start bleeding. I don't know. But he gets a vision. He gets a vision seeing the White Walkers, seeing Daenerys, seeing everything that's going on, seeing the three-eyed raven, and then he sees Rhaenyra sitting on the throne, on the Iron Throne. And behind him is our good girl, I love her, Helena. Helena's like, you see it now. You see that what you do is just a small part of what's going to happen. You know what to do. You know what to do now. I was like, Helena, is you showing up in people's dreams? Is you really supposed to be showing up in people's dreams? Like, and then at that point, that's when it transitions to them going over to when Aemon wanted her to go and fly to the Harrenhal to take on Daemon. Was she talking in the... I need to know the backstory of Helena. I just see, before the next season comes out, I'm going to have to read A Song of Ice and Fire. I'm going to have to read the whole entire 200 million thousand pages of A Song of Ice and Fire. I got to understand, man. I got to understand. But Daemon, excuse me, not Aemon. Aemon is... Whew. Daemon finally sees what he needs to see for him to choose what he's going to do, right? So when Sir Alfred came on over and they was like looking like they was having some sneaky conversation or whatever, Sir Simon Strong, he saw it and he didn't like it. So he went and he sent a raven to Rhaenyra saying, hey, we need you to come. There's some treachery afoot and I don't like it. So as soon as she gets that letter, that raven, she gets Adam. She doesn't call Jason. Jason's mad because he didn't call her. She says, Adam, I need you to come with me. And they both ride on out to Harrenhal. And everybody's like, now mind you, Caraxes, Daemon's dragon, he look up and he's like, hey, yo, where y'all been? Cyrax, Sea Smoke, who on your back, dude? You know you got a new rider. So you finally got a new rider, dude. I'm happy for you, man. Yeah, hopefully they'll have you flying more than... I'm just sitting here waiting to see what in the world we're going to do. I really wanted a car or something, but... Tired, man, tired. Anyway, at least that's what I think the dragon would say. He'd be like, yo, what's up, yo? But I digress. Anyway, so Rhaenyra comes to Harrenhal and Sir Strong greets her and he's like, come with me or whatever. I just wanted you to be here because I think some things are afoot with maybe Daemon and Sir Alfred. So she goes on in and the guys are just standing there just looking at her. All the soldiers that are fixing the castle or whatever not, they're just standing there. But as soon as Daemon starts walking through the crowd, they all stand at attention. They're like, oh shoot, no, it's the king. Because he's asked them to call him that, right? So he was like, oh, I didn't expect to see you here. And she was like, like, what's going on? He was like, I got my army. She was like, okay, you got your army, but who are you fighting for? And she asked that real loud, like, who you fighting for? For you or for me? Right? Child, then they start speaking that high Valyrian. And Daemon was like, you know what? I saw what I needed to see. And he bends the knee. I saw what I need to see inside a dream. And you were on the Iron Throne. So I bend my knee to you. And he bends his knee, and everyone behind him, all the soldiers behind him, they follow suit. And Sir Alfred mad because of it. Sir Alfred slinked off real quick afterwards, because Damon got up and got his people all hyped up, raising the sword, like, we gonna tear their ass up. You know, I was like, all right, Damon. Okay, now Damon. Damon going for it with the doggone thing. I was like, you know what? That's my dude. Damon, you had me worried there, Damon. So now, Rhaenyra, instead of her having 6 impossible dragons, she got 7 impossible dragons, y'all. She got 7 impossible. And Rhaena get that doggone dragon in the Vale. She got 7 impossible. She got her army, the Starks, the Greyjoys, the Vale, the Riverland people. I'm so happy for her. Yeah. And she got dragons too. Okay. All right. But then she goes back to Dragonstone. And when she goes back to Dragonstone, she's asleep. And one of the knights wakes her up because Alicent, at one point, Alicent asked the maester, she was like, can you get me passage somewhere quietly? No one needs to know. So her and her personal guard go see Rhaenyra at Dragonstone. This is why I don't like Alicent, right? Alicent can't just say, I was wrong. She got all these reasonings, and don't get me wrong, her reasonings may even be valid, but she just can't never say, I was wrong. Now, the last time you saw Rhaenyra, when Rhaenyra sneaked into King's Landing, Rhaenyra told you that it wasn't about Aegon, it was about Aegon the Conqueror. And you said there was no mistake, it's too late, things are going. Fine. But now here it is, you're trying to get Rhaenyra to understand your plight, because now that you've been kicked off the council, now that you want to run away with Helaena and Helaena last baby, now that you want to run away, now you want her to see your case and plead your case. She was like, I was outside of the castle, and just being outside of the castle, it just took a relief off of my shoulders, and I just felt so free. And that's why I was so jealous of you, because I only did what was always expected of me. And you always used to just, I always sought to seek what I could do, but you've always known what was for you and what you could do. And Rhaenyra standing there like, yeah, and so you free, so go be free. You done snuck out the castle, shoot, you in my realm now, chick, like, why you here? Go be free. So Alicent basically is like, okay, I want you to take the throne, because Aemon going crazy, and when he goes to the Riverlands to go to war, the castle will be empty, and the only remaining royal in authority will be Helaena. I'll make sure that the guards that are left there, that they throw down their swords, and that you will take King's Landing and you will sit on the throne. She was like, what about Aegon? And she was like, Alicent was like, Aegon is broken. She was like, he is not himself. He might not make it. He's struggling. He's basically, he can't be king in the condition that he's in. He can't be king in the conditions he's in. And then she was like, well, what about, I think she said, what about Aemon? She was like, now, whatever little bit of clout that I got left, I can convince Aegon. She was like, and Rhaenyra was like, nope. No. You know what's going to be called for. You know what people are going to want. They're going to want me to take his head, and that's what's going to need to happen. I'm not trusting you to doggone it, talk to him so that you can see what little bit of power you got left. Like, girl, I'm going to have to take his head. Like, do you consent to me doing this or not? A son for a son. So we're back at the beginning, first episode where it is. We're going to end as we began. A son for a son. Yes or no, what you doing, what you feeling, what it's going to be. And Allison struggled and struggled with that, but she said, okay. She said yes. And then they both are crying because here it is. This all could have been prevented from Jump Street. This all could have been prevented from the beginning if you had not have opened your mouth, Allison. But Allison, you can't just say, I was wrong. I got it wrong the first time thinking that Viserys was talking about my son Aegon. And I got it wrong the second time was saying that it was too late when you told me the truth, when it was about Aegon the Conqueror, instead of me going inside there and telling my son this and just seeing how we could resolve this in peace. Now it's too late. Rhaenys done died. Rhaenys done went to battle. Aemon is a nut. Daemon having hallucinations and crap. It's too much. It's just too much. It's just too much, Allison, and you can't just say I was wrong. So now here it is. Now Rhaenyra has to put one of your sons down. It is back to the beginning. Back to the beginning. A son for a son. Y'all. It's too much. But anyway, so here we are at the end of it all. You know, from what I understand, for somebody told me, there's going to be 3 more seasons. I think they're going to do overall of 5 seasons. So we got 3 more seasons left. If I'm not mistaken, we got probably like another 2 years before season 3 comes out. But also the next Game of Thrones prequel will be coming out, if I'm not mistaken, next year too, which, if I'm not mistaken, is The Adventures of Duncan and Egg, or The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. One of those off series is supposed to be coming out, but I think we're supposed to be getting something next year also. But also, I'm not next year, but we're supposed to get another season in the next couple of years from House of the Dragon. If I'm not mistaken, that is supposed to be 8 episodes also. But season 4 and season 5 are supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, 10 episodes each. So we're going to go 8, then 10 and 10 for season 3, 4, and 5. And I can't wait. It's going to be so good. They're going to come in hot with season 3. I'm going to try my best before season 3 comes for me to read and fully understand A Song of Ice and Fire, because I know from the books I'm missing probably a lot. I don't know if I should read it though, because they'll tell me who's going to end up on throne, but chances are that from what little bit of fanfare I have seen, they're going all off script. Not all off script, but a good bit off script. So we shall see. But anyway, but that's it, y'all. That is it. Otto is captured. Aemond is, losing his mind. Rhaena is going to get herself a dragon, hell come hell or high water. Baela, Team Black. Jace is a bitch. I'm going to need him to get some breakbone strong in him. Daemon said, you know what? Now I know what I got to do. So I'm Team Rhaenyra all day, every day. I'm going to be with my wife. She's going to end up on that throne. Crispin Coles is just, he's ready to meet his fate. He just knows that because the dragons are dancing, basically Everybody's at their mercy right now because the dragons are doing they thought this not E, and they just don't care about the little small folks. Everybody, if you ain't a dragon, you at the dragon's mercy. You gonna be ash beneath their feet. Period. Alley Cat, you trying to help, but I feel like it's not going to help because you don't even know that Aegon done left the castle with Larys. You know what I'm saying? And Rhaenyra and Mysaria, I don't know what more Mysaria is going to do inside this. We got the new Dragon Riders that's going to be doing their thing. I hope Oath is, I ain't going to lie, I hope Oath is the first one to go as Dragon Riders. I don't want nothing to happen to Adam or Hugh. And, oh, and we still don't know what in the world Darion, Alicent and Viserys' youngest son, the one that was in the, was with the High Towers, we still don't know what that child looked like. He was out there old town. We still don't know what that boy looked like. We saw another dragon, but it looked kind of small, but everything's small to Vhagar in truth, whatever. But yeah, but that's it. That's all. I ain't got no more. I will see you guys in a couple of years to go over the next House of the Dragon. Guys, when I tell you, leading up to it is going to be a good time. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. But that is it. That is all. I thank you guys so much for watching, guys. I will be doing more reviews here on my channel with other shows. I still haven't gotten to Bridgerton season 3. I still need to finish Bridgerton season 2. So chances are that might be my next one coming up. And because all of the episodes are already out, I could binge watch and do like some quick reviews on that. I don't have to wait week to week. Thank goodness. Okay. But that is it. That is all, guys. I ain't got no more, and I love you so much. Thank you for watching.